Hello again. Hello again, once again. Hello once again, lads and lassies, and welcome back to another episode of Dr. Stone. I completely fumbled that intro like 2 times in a row. I can't even give the excuse that I haven't made videos in a week because I literally just recorded Dr. Stone like yesterday. But yes, we're back. Okay, I guess I recorded Dr. Stone a couple days ago because it is currently Friday night right now. And yeah, Dr. Stone episode 10 was dubbed on Thursday. Didn't have the time to do it, so now I'm doing it now. I'm doing it like right now. And currently, after this episode is recorded, I'm gonna get episode 9 up on Patreon. But last episode we kind of did the boys a little dirty. I think Gen pulled it off, but everyone else did them a little dirty. Senku his female form could use some work, but we were able to get Kohaku, the new girl, Amaryllis, and Ginro incognito into the boss's or emperor's lair, and we might meet him, we might not, we might get the plutonium, we might not, who knows? Only time will tell. Are you excited, lads? Because I certainly am, because there's only one way to find out how this ends. So join me as we go into this penultimate episode of Dr. Stone Season 3, Part 1, New World.
And our key to success this time will be the earrings of science.
Okay.
Are we
shoot.
trying to make someone extra cute now?
Wait,
Or
oh
what?
no.
What's the point?
An earpiece.
You already started the selection, right?
Because it really helped with the infiltration.
I wonder, like,
You bet.
just how realistic are the creations of Dr. Stone?
A super handy spy tool for transmitting instructions remotely.
I love the visualizations that they do. Science Wars. Alright. Back into the war titles.
You must have made a microchip when I wasn't paying attention.
Nah, that's just a rock.
Seriously, say?
Galena, pyrite, or native copper could all get the job done. Heck, you could even use a coin.
What?
And where's the battery?
You don't need one. Thing will work forever without it.
Seriously, say?
What is this
I don't get
science?
it. How could a machine work without any kind of power source?
It looks to me like all 3 of them got chosen.
Even Miss Ginro's among them.
Enough.
He will
Focus
never
on
live
what
this
we're here
down.
for.
Can you hear me, Kohaku? If you can, give me a signal like... strike a cute pose for us.
A cute pose?
Cute? Would it be cute? Thanks.
Well, they got her. Mimic Suika. She's trying, guys. She's trying.
It must be working.
Gen is going to regret this so
That
much.
really qualifies as cute.
Ah,
It's a
static.
message from Senku.
Or okay.
What? You can hear him through that earring? How does that work?
Wish we could explain, but we don't have a clue either. Science is weird like that.
Oh man, it must be like magic for
As I'm
them.
sure you've noticed, the kingdom of science
It's
is
practically
splitting up.
magic to me too.
There's us on the science team. The science team will nab it from midair.
How are they gonna nab
about
it?
that, Senku. I didn't understand when you implied it earlier either, but how are we getting it from in the air?
An
This has been an air
airplane.
battle since the moment
A
we learned the
paper
weapon was
airplane.
loaded. We're talking a drone. The drone!
Okay.
The air is the domain of science.
Drones it is. What
So you're gonna turn
are
that
they
fast
gonna
thing into
do
a
with
motor?
it?
Well, if I did it alone, it would take all day. And the way that a
Only
motor
all
works is
day.
actually stupid simple. So, what do you think happens when you put the 2 magnets next to each other?
Stasis.
They're repelling each other and spinning around.
When
So
north and
that's
south
how
meet,
they're
you flip
made.
one magnet's polarity, which means wrapping these wires hundreds, no, more like thousands of times.
There it is! The Kingdom of Science classic never-ending backbreaking manual labor!
So I would say it's just that easy. It's not easy, but it sounds so simple. The shoes are just absolutely ridiculous. I just can't get over. I know that it's like a thing. I know that those shoes are a thing. It's just I can't get over them.
There's nothing stronger on this island than me. My miracle power is unmatched.
Miracle power.
Point is, don't you
I
dare
like their
try to escape,
axes.
or this'll
I should have
happen
said
to
that
you.
I should have said that last episode when Masu says, I like their axes a lot. The design.
It's good to know.
Huh, I wonder where the master
There's
is.
a reason I like quick offenses.
Wow, how impressive. I've never seen this before. Your arms are so powerful.
I wonder if it'll work on him. It probably
Do
will.
you mind if I touch them for a second?
Okay, yeah, no, it works too well on him.
Get it? You got a good eye, lady. Go on, enjoy them as much as you like.
It was either he wasn't gonna get it because he's just too much, like he's just too much into his own muscles, or this. It was one of two
Well,
things.
they're quite impressive as well. May I take a closer look? My father's gone and I don't have any brothers, so I'm not used to having such strapping young gentlemen around.
Jojo, pose.
I hope I bought Kohako 15 seconds.
She just like spider climbed that.
Feeling chatty, are we? Let's talk more focus. You ladies are in training, got it? You've still got a week.
Hey, at least he's able to keep the thing on his head.
Posture and manners by me.
Poor Ginro, man. Poor Ginro.
Look at how fast it goes!
It's so tiny.
Hey, can you hear me, Kohaku?
Poor Ginro, man. Poor
Your
Ginro.
eyes peeled.
Man's is going through it.
Let's call it the rat of science.
The rat of science. Oh, I love the design. It's just like the gorilla car. Oh my god, look at that thing. It is disgusting to look at. It's, oh, they butchered it.
What are you doing?
Wait, letter.
Do they not know what a letter is?
What am I looking at? What are those squiggly pictures?
They don't know how to write,
Writing
huh?
characters. Senku and the others from his time can all decipher them. Make words out of them and put them in what's called a letter. And you can
They don't know what a
communicate with
letter is.
someone without meeting. It's very
So,
useful.
oh my gosh, this feels like so
You do well
simple.
to learn it.
If you think it's a good idea, I'll do it.
Ah, look at these two
Let
bros.
us both learn together. I'm proud to call you my brother.
Oh, it's so sweet. He doesn't know how to
So
spell.
if we
It's
made
gonna
one
look
of those
terrible.
letters,
Well, you couldn't know this because you don't know Ginro like I do. But that last part of his story was definitely made up.
Yeah, okay, he yeah, of course.
Learning how to write? Yeah, no thanks. That sounds like a major pain in the
Of course, that's how it went. Yep.
Oh, I can't believe you're my brother.
I should have just sucked it up and learned.
He had me in the first half.
That plan may be dead
Not gonna
in the
lie,
water,
he
but
had
there's
me.
still hope.
He had me.
Is it a
Oh, it's a
It's like a
drawing.
game show's final puzzle.
I
Oh
didn't think about it, but that's
god.
probably the best any of them could do.
I don't even know what she's trying to say, man.
What is this supposed to be?
Again, please translate.
An ice pop?
They want to use basic images to represent familiar words so the message is as easy to decipher as possible. Now then, would you consider this easy to decipher?
Not at all,
Super
but
confusing.
go on, Gen.
But Kohaku may not remember every single invention. It could be a furnace or a refrigerator for all she knows. With that in mind, perhaps it's supposed to be something more generic like machine, which is my best.
So they have machinery.
I spotted a strange round object that's likely man-made. A spear of science.
Spear
built
of
to withstand the
science.
elements for thousands of years. What we came here for. The treasure
The
chest
spear
left
of
behind by
science.
Senku's father and his team.
Okay.
Soyuz spacecraft.
The escape pod. Spear of science. Duh. We found platinum. Okay.
Platinum.
Nice. So the
like the
it's
spies who
in.
found
Okay.
What we came here for. The ultimate treasure that Byakuya left on this island for us. Our
So the boss just has it in his room,
With that, we can revive
which
them all.
yeah, I guess it would make sense.
Every member of the Kingdom of Science.
All right. Next episode, I don't think we're gonna. I think the next episode is gonna end with us meeting the boss. Alrighty then. So we found the platinum, and sorry if I'm looking down. My Coda, my dog, he is or my puppy actually. He's actually like right under my desk, and there's a ton of wires under there. So I'm just making sure he's not trying to eat anything. But the platinum has been not acquired yet. It's been found. We've yet to acquire it. and the platinum, right? I did say platinum, right? The platinum seems to be in the boss's hut. Well, it makes sense that it would be there because the boss would want to be powerful and all that, or like so like this thing that nobody knows, nobody understands. That is like what would exude power, so the boss would want it close to him. And now it makes sense. I wrote down like what did Kohaku see? The keys of science, the spear of science. The platinum is with the boss. How are we going to get it? Because they say they need a little bit of it. Where exactly is the platinum, right? Like, is the whole escape pod platinum, or is is there like a small chunk of platinum in there? What exactly are they looking for? I might have like just misremembered exactly what they're looking for, but I know like they're looking for the escape pod. I just don't know if they're planning to take all of it or just planning to take a piece of it, or like a actual chunk of platinum. I think the original plan was just to take all of it, but that was before they knew the island was inhabited. Man, once again, the progression within this episode, the pacing is so fast in Dr. Stone. Sometimes you'll have entire like arcs devoted to building something complex. Other times, an episode. And like within the canon of the episode, it's been like a day, I think. We made the earpiece, which we used stuff from how we built the phone to build this, and then the rat, the rat of science, which I love that. I love that name. And I think they're still building the drone. They haven't quite finished that, but the rat of science has been complete, and the earpiece has been complete. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I mean, I say that a lot with Dr. Stone. I really love how when we're doing something, or when the show's going over something, like, for example, the earpiece, right? It's pretty much the same basic concept as the phone. So they use what we already know about the phone, and then they're like, all right, so here's like, it's the same process, except like here we're going to use this instead of this. Like we can use the rock as power, and it need a battery. Unlike the phone, which is more, it needs more power because you're sending waves to and from. And like with the earpiece, it's very quiet. But Kohaku has super ears. Or Kohaku's a superhuman, actually. Kohaku, so, like, she's so cool. She's such a cool character. She had her Spider-Man moment here. She's like, give me 15 seconds. Jumps like 50 feet per branch, then jumps under the bridge, holds onto it, flips over it. I love how nonsensical Kohaku's like abilities are, and everyone's like, oh no, it's because she's been a trained warrior from birth. Sure, she's the evolution of humanity. If humanity could use 5% of their brain. But yeah, so with the earpiece, the way Senku describes it, he makes it sound so simple. And it is not simple. It's so complicated. But just the way he describes it's the way like Senku talks. The way he describes things, he makes it sound very easy to follow. I don't know if that's just he's throwing out all these terms, which I have no idea what he's talking about, but like the way he says it, it's like, yeah, I get it. And then I think about like, no, I don't get it actually. But like with him, like if someone like Senku was like trying to teach me this and was like, we weren't in a rush into save humanity, and it's like, all right, so we're going to learn how to make an earpiece today. And then like I would ask questions and all that. I feel like I would get it a lot. There's some reason, somehow, some way, Senku has a very nice voice to listen to in terms of teaching. Maybe it's because he's like so confident in how he's so matter of fact. Like there's no room for error here. Like this guy is saying these words so confidently. Of course, that's how it is. I don't know. There's just something about it. Yeah, so the earpiece and the drones. The drones too. So simple. It's just you have magnets that repel each other, and they create the force that make the drone go fly. Yeah, that's it. That's you wrap some copper wires around something, and it's like you stick them next to each other, and that's a drone. It's much more complex than that, but that's the TLDR that this episode gave. I guess next week or for the finale, it's gonna be Senku with the drone finished, and maybe we get the platinum. Maybe they get the stone, like the petrification beam. I think the boss is gonna be like the last second. I think the boss is gonna be they're like, sir, these intruders got the platinum, and it's gonna be, well then, and then they're just gonna see the boss, which makes me think it's gonna be someone that we know, but it could just be like the suspense thing, because we have not seen a single bit of him. We saw the silhouette of him, but that could just be like a random silhouette that they made. It doesn't have to actually be like the character design of the silhouette. It could just be a silhouette to throw you off or anything like that. I don't know. I love the like the visualization that they do for it. Like I've said it for the what's it, the acid, the water acid. I've said it for the clouds back in the Ryusui special, and the Minecraft stuff, the boat tour. Now this, we have like the spies seeing just basically, I take it as like the author taking advantage of the situation so he can draw these characters in different styles, like Kohaku, Amaryllis, and Ginro, and like the spyware. Like there's no other time in Dr. Stone, like there's no rhyme or reason as to why Kohaku and company will ever be dressed as spies. So let's visualize the spy scenes. We're not spy scenes, but like we're making an earpiece. The earpiece is like spy stuff. So let's visualize the creation of the earpiece as company as like spies. You just have fun with the art style change and all that. That's what Dr. Stone is. Dr. Stone is just fun. It's more than that, but like the reason why I love it so much, it's just so much fun to watch. Every episode is like a breath of fresh air. The soundtrack is amazing. The characters, which leads into my next point, are all so well utilized. I've said it once when I was talking about My Hero Academia, where like there's a ton of characters in My Hero Academia, but some of them kind of get shafted to like, usually it's Deku, Todoroki, and Bakugo. Those are the big three in the sense of like development. And then sometimes like Ida and Uraraka will get some limelight. So like those five are kind of the ones that get the most, but usually it's the first three. And like everyone else kind of revolves around them, but nobody else gets too much of a moment. In this show, but like with My Hero Academia, you would think it's easier to give people limelight or like moments because everyone has like their own unique powers. So it's like, okay, this person is useful because they're the only ones that can do this, or like physically, like Mineta. It's an odd example, but Mineta, he makes things like he has sticky balls. What does he do with the sticky balls? Like, like give him a moment in that, like he can find a place where he's useful. Or you have multiple characters that are super strong, all that. But with Dr. Stone, everyone is allegedly a normal person, but they all have their different, ironically enough, they all have their different quirks. So Kohaku is the warrior, and she's the warrior fighter / athlete. Ginro is the cowardly one, but that makes it, whenever he does pull through, like that feels like a moment of triumph. Senku, of course, is the science. Senku and Chrome are the scientists, but like they both have very different like personalities. Chrome is much more louder. He's much more excited. Senku is much more matter of fact. And Gen is he's the brain of the operation. He's the troll. He's the mentalist, the psychologist. Suika, they use her to get, like, because she's like she fits so perfect. She's the camouflage. She's the chameleon of the group. She's able to get information to and from places really easily. Amaryllis is like the charm of the group. She's the spellcaster. She puts people under her spell. The only one that doesn't really have a role as of like right now, I think, is I forget his name. Soyuz, I think his name was. He's named after the rocket. I think that's what the name was. Soyuz doesn't really have that much of a role, but he's a fun character nonetheless. And that's as of right now. Like, I mean, he's a native of this island, and so far his role basically is just like, oh yeah, I remember this when I was a baby. But I like him. I like him enough. I think he bounces off everyone very nicely. But like what I love about Dr. Stone is everyone has their own quirks, and the show never forgets like what those quirks are. It's like, all right, like you can feel like the author has made like the scenarios, or like he's made all these characters, and now I feel like he's basing like the scenarios that he's done with like what he has with characters. He's like, okay, so I have Gen, Senku, Suika, and Kohaku in this scene. All right, now what can I do with this scene? What are the what can everyone do here, and what can everyone not do here? What are the weaknesses? Like with the weakness, it'd be so easy if instead of Kinro it was Ginro there, right? Or instead of Ginro it was a Kinro, or someone that knew how to write. They could have easily had a cop out in the sense of like, oh yeah, Ginro did learn how to write, but no, he was like, all right, what are all these characters like? All right, we're gonna have these 3 people from the Stone Age. One of them obviously did not learn how to write, and then Kohaku, Amaryllis doesn't even know about it, and Kohaku probably didn't care about it. So he created the challenge of, they don't know how to write. How do we get a message out? They're going to draw, and we're going to use Ginro, or not Ginro, we're going to use Gen to decipher that drawing. And it's like everyone has such a like profound and defined role in this show, which is probably why you don't forget about these characters, even though like some might not have as much screen time as others, sadly. Like they all have their super strong personalities and their super strong quirks. Like Taiju and Yuzuriha, we barely seen them since episode 6, I think, like episodes 1 through 6, and even then Yuzuriha was not in very much of episodes 1 and 2, but 1 through 6, that was like their strong introduction. And Taiju is like the literal ride or die bro, and he has such a fun, happy-go-lucky, but such a loyal personality. And Yuzuriha is the sweet one. She knows how to sew. She's the heart of the group. Their introduction, like these character introductions, are so strong. Like even like dozens of episodes where like maybe you don't see them. Like maybe they get like 1 minute of screen time. Like you remember them, and that's why I love the show so much. It's like no one feels like they've been shafted for someone else, because everyone gets their own little thing, their own little time to shine. Boss has platinum. Yeah, all right. Not that I don't feel like I spoke too much this episode. I don't think the reason why I didn't go into too many tangents. That's why. Water. What time is it? Sorry that I bumped the mic. It's 11:07. I was gonna say midnight. Close enough. Water at midnight just hits different, guys. It just hits different. All right, let's. I'm gonna zoom by through the episode, see if Ginro is never gonna let. I hope no one lets Ginro live this down. I wonder who they're gonna tell, or who's gonna tell Kinro. Are they gonna let Kinro know? Oh, if only they had the camera with them, so they had proof. They had proof of what happened here. Yeah, no, I think that's about it. So yeah, there's next week is the finale. That's it. One more, I would say Thursday, but I usually film this either on the weekend or Monday. But yeah, one more episode of Dr. Stone, lads. I mean, for you guys watching in sub, you've already seen it. But yeah, as a dub watcher, I'm excited and also dreading it, because I really would have liked to have seen all these episodes, like this entire core arc, I guess, come out in one go, but I get it. I get like the whole marketing, and maybe they just didn't have time to finish the animation for it, which I would rather have them take their time than rush it. But yeah, one episode left, and then I think we're back in October. Now, I haven't asked him yet, but I am thinking of asking Kenny to join, because he says he wants to watch Dr. Stone, but he hasn't yet, so he's probably going to binge it by the time part 2, I was going to say part 3, no, part 2 comes out. I don't know, maybe for season 3 part 2, maybe I'll have a co-host with me, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you want me to, like, would you like me to add a co-host, or just like the solo reactions? I don't mind either way. I just wanted to add really quickly, I literally just stopped recording the episode, but I just remembered, lads on Patreon, because you will be watching this like a month-ish, maybe a little bit more than the people on YouTube. Leave down in the comments below, not what episode, what show would you be interested in me watching to replace Dr. Stone? Not replace it, because Dr. Stone, it's coming back in like 3 or 4 months, but it's coming back. But yeah, leave it down in the comments. What show would you like, or would you be interested in me watching? Probably anime. I don't know. Leave down in the comments below what you'd be interested in, and I'll see if I can just like squeeze that in and then ride that out. Dr. Stone comes back, and then that show gets replaced by Dr. Stone, and the cycle continues. But yeah, back to the normal outro. Yeah, lads and lassies, thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give a like, share, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, well, wait, do that. If you're new to the channel, do that. If you just cannot wait for the next episode, check out Patreon right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, check out Patreon. The final episode is there on early access, as well as every single episode has a full-length variant on Patreon. So if you want to see like my thoughts on the entire episode, check that out. I think it'd be fun. It's not just Dr. Stone. Everything I've done. Kill la Kill, Darling in the Franxx, Gurren Lagann, Gravity Falls, Owl House, soon to be Amphibia for you lads on Patreon. That's a little sneak peek as to what's to come. I'm doing that with Kenny. But yeah. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And get excited, lads. Next week is the finale of Dr. Stone. Bye-bye.